The stars had never seemed so quiet. For centuries, humanity had been cautious, hiding behind the fragile veil of Earth's defenses while the Galactic Empire expanded its influence across the cosmos. Their fleets, countless in number, spanned dozens of star systems, their fleets glimmering like shards of cold steel in the darkness. To the galaxy, humanity was a minor, insignificant species, barely a blip in the grand tapestry of civilizations. But on this fateful day, everything changed. It began with a message. The Empire's flagship, Dominion, had appeared in orbit around Earth's moon, its titanic presence blotting out the stars. The command had been simple yet chilling: surrender or be annihilated. Communications from Earth's leaders reached the Empire's command center. Empty words, formalities from a species they considered primitive. What they didn't realize was that humanity had spent decades preparing for this moment, not with flamboyant fleets or flashy diplomacy, but with silent, painstaking research and innovation. On the surface of Earth, governments had long united behind a singular initiative, Project Aegis. Unlike the Empire's reliance on brute force, Project Aegis had focused on turning humanity's perceived weaknesses into strength. Scientists had developed weapons of a sophistication the Empire could scarcely imagine: artificial singularities, subspace disruption arrays, and quantum flux cannons capable of annihilating entire fleets with a single precise strike. Most crucially, humanity had perfected the Horizon Protocol, a system that could instantly predict enemy strategies and deploy countermeasures in milliseconds. As the Empire's fleet began its descent into Earth's orbit, confident of an easy victory, a subtle pulse ran through the human defense network. Every starship, every missile silo, and every orbital station activated simultaneously. In mere seconds, the galaxy witnessed an unprecedented display of power. The Empire's capital ships were hit first. Quantum flux cannons tore through their hulls, turning battleships into nothing more than clouds of metallic debris. The Dominion attempted evasive maneuvers, but the Horizon Protocol had already anticipated every move. Wormholes opened abruptly in front of their fastest cruisers, teleporting them into the void between galaxies, never to be seen again. The Empire's generals watched in disbelief. Their meticulously trained fleets, ships that had conquered dozens of star systems, were disintegrating faster than they could comprehend. Panic spread across their command bridges as communication lines burned out under electromagnetic disruption waves. It was not just a battle, it was an execution of surgical precision, the likes of which the universe had never seen. Meanwhile, humanity remained largely unseen. Earth's orbital platforms had been equipped with cloaking arrays that rendered them invisible to even the most advanced sensors. The people of Earth watched from below, knowing they had finally reached a tipping point. For centuries, humanity had endured, watched, and learned. Every failed invasion, every cosmic skirmish with rogue fleets had taught them patience, cunning, and strategy. Now they were ready to strike, not in retaliation, but in preemption. By the time the Empire's fleet attempted to regroup, it was too late. Humanity's forces struck simultaneously from multiple directions, employing tactics that combined physics-defying weaponry with psychological warfare. Entire squadrons disappeared mid-flight, only to reappear light years away, disoriented and decimated. The Empire's command structure collapsed within hours. With no communication, no fleet, and no hope of reinforcements, the remnants of their forces were left scattered and helpless. On Earth, the reaction was muted but resolute. Leaders did not celebrate the annihilation. They understood the gravity of what had just occurred. Humanity had just demonstrated an overwhelming, almost godlike power. Yet they had done so not out of a desire of conquest, but out of necessity. The galaxy had underestimated them, and survival demanded nothing less than absolute decisiveness. By nightfall, the skies above Earth were eerily quiet. The once mighty Empire's fleet had been reduced to cosmic dust and fragments floating in orbit. Humanity had not only survived, they had sent a warning to the rest of the galaxy. Earth would not bow. The Empire, which had terrorized civilizations across the stars, had met its match. Across the galaxy, civilizations watched the events unfold through stolen intelligence and long-range sensors. Some trembled, fearing humanity's newfound might. Others began to reconsider alliances and ambitions, recognizing that the age of underestimating Earth was over. Humanity had shifted from a silent observer to an unstoppable force, capable of reshaping interstellar politics with the mere threat of its power. Yet amidst this victory, humanity faced an important realization. Power, as absolute as it was, carried responsibility. The annihilation of the Empire had cleared a path, but the galaxy remained vast, filled with unknown threats and unpredictable civilizations. Humanity would need to wield its strength wisely, ensuring that survival did not devolve into domination. In the weeks that followed, Earth rebuilt its communications, extending messages of peace and unity to neighboring star systems. The Horizon Protocol continued to evolve, now tasked with predicting not only warfare but diplomacy. Humanity had learned that the true measure of strength was not merely in victory, but in restraint, wisdom, and foresight. By the first anniversary of the battle, Earth had established tentative alliances with several alien civilizations, forming the foundation of what would later become known as the Stellar Accord. Humanity's demonstration against the Galactic Empire became a legend, a testament to patience, ingenuity, and the ability to strike with unparalleled precision. And so humanity endured, not as a conquered species, not as a victim of galactic tyranny, but as a formidable power in its own right. The stars, once indifferent to Earth, now shone as both a challenge and a promise, a reminder that when underestimated, humanity could rise with the force of a supernova, and that the age of Earth's silence was over. In a single instant, the Galactic Empire had learned a lesson it would never forget. Never provoke the species that had mastered patience, cunning, and power combined. Humanity had struck, and the galaxy would never be the same again.